guys, welcome back to my channel. So today I'm going to be using this Kylie palette that I built myself, and I'm going to be starting out with this shade called Royal, and this is a satin finish, but honestly, like, I feel like this shadow is more of a matte. For some reason I feel like it doesn't apply like a satin. It doesn't look satin on the skin. It just looks very matte, like, as you apply it. Now here I am applying it with a blending brush, but of course, because I'm using this to try and create a light buffed out effect in the crease area, but eventually I do go in with a flat brush, like a flat shader brush, and I apply the product with that because it gives it more pigmentation when you use a shader brush to pack on the color. But what I like to do is go ahead and blend out the shade that I'm going to use mainly, and then I like to go in and pat it in with a flat brush to get the most pigmentation out of the shadow. This is a beautiful shadow, but it's not what I expected. When I ordered it online, it said it was a satin finish, which I was expecting. I was kind of expecting something a little bit more creamier, and as for that shade, I feel like it's not creamy, it's more on the matte dry side. Now here I'm going in with Out Late from the Morphe 39L palette. This palette right now is on sale for $21, I believe, on Morphe.com. Now here I am using a smaller brush, and this is like a small blending brush for me. I feel like it's fluffy and it's tiny and it gets the job done. And I'm just applying that green shade right above the blue, mixing the shades together. Now here I do go back in with the royal blue shade and I pack it on. That's one thing about this shadow that I felt like I had to pack it on to keep the pigmentation of the actual shade. Which, I mean, I don't mind. It's makeup and you have to do what you have to do to create the looks that you want to create or build up the product for it to work the way you need it to. And that's basically what I did. Now here I'm just going in with that green shade and dragging it all the way to the inner corner of the eye, so that way I can create that crease effect, because my creases are very low and I have to kind of like create my own type of cut crease with this just the way my eyes are. But anyways, I'm going in with the P. Louise base, as you saw, and I'm packing it on with this applicator brush that is used for glitter. Like, it works best with glitter, but I find that I love the way it applies my base. So basically that's what I'm doing. I'm using this to apply the P. Louise base, and I feel like it gets it so precise, like where I need it to, rather than when I use a brush, because sometimes I feel like I get the brush strokes in there or it makes like a crooked line or something, and this, it's just perfect. Now here I'm going in with City of Love, and it's a metallic shade, and this shade, I love it. It's so icy. It's like an icy minty color, and it's just perfect. I love it. Now here I'm going in with Don't Stop. I'm applying that. This is from the Morphe palette. As you can see, I show where I bring up the Morphe palette, but I'm applying this shade in between the icy mint shade and the royal blue shade, just to create a transitional shade. And I just love the effect that the icy shade, the icy mint shade created over that sky blue color. It just made like the perfect transition. Like, as you can see, it just, I feel like it gave the shadow look that oomph it needed. And here I'm just packing it on again, and throughout the video you'll see me doing it, where I'll go back and blend in certain areas and add more pigmentation, and then go back in with another shade. Like here I'm using the royal blue again. Like I said, I have to kind of build it up to get the shade that I want or the pigmentation that I want. And then here, lo and behold, you know, I love the e.l.f. eyeliner. I do have the Anastasia liner and I have the Wet n Wild Mega liner, but for some reason, I don't know what it is. I keep going back to this e.l.f. liner. I feel like the brush applicator is like the best. Like I feel like it applies the product just the way I want it to. I can get my wings down just the way I need them. And I feel like it's just perfect. It's not a matte finish, but I don't mind it. I mean, most of the time I wear lashes, so it's not like you're actually seeing that it has like a satin look to it. So, I mean, I love the e.l.f. eyeliner. I feel like it's affordable and it works for me. I don't really buy eyeliners that are waterproof, so to me it doesn't matter like that it's not waterproof and that it's not matte. Here I applied, of course, the Lash Princess mascara, and it is a good mascara once you break it in. Like I feel like when you first use it, it's not the best quality, but once you know, have, you know, used it quite a few times, it actually works really nicely. Now, as far as the lashes go, I'm using the INV Remy 3D Invisible Band Lashes, and these are in the number 02. These are 100% human hair and they're naturally fluffy. They are super pretty and I love them. So if I can find them online, I will link them down in the description box if you are interested in picking up these same lashes. Now here I'm going in with my Born This Way concealer, and I haven't used this concealer in a minute. I love this concealer. It's so full coverage and it just blends like a dream. And of course this sponge is super bomb too, so I will link that sponge down below as well. Now I'm going back in with the royal blue shade to go underneath the lash line and smoke it out just a bit. Not anything dramatic, just trying to get it closest to the lash line as possible and just bring it out in just a tad bit. Now, as I said earlier about this blue shade, it applies best with a flat shader brush. So if you want more of a pigmented blue with this shade, I would definitely go in with a flat shader brush, maybe a little tiny one, just to pack that shade on, because if you apply it with the pointed brush, well, of course you're not going to get the pigmentation that you want. Okay, now I'm just going in with this Kylie eyeliner and applying that to the waterline just to shrink my eyes just a tad bit because they are pretty big. And then going in with lower lash mascara just to give the bottom lash a coat. And then here I will be taking this gold shade called Batshit Crazy and applying that to the inner corner of my eyes. And then I'm going to be taking True Faith and applying that to the inner corner of my eyes on top of that other shade, just to create the shade that I need for the inner corners. And that is pretty much it. I hope you enjoyed this video. Please don't forget to like, comment, and subscribe.